Hi, Ingrid.
Hi.
We've gotten some questions from staff this month. The first one is, there's a feature in Smart Square that would allow people to put their personal schedule or their work schedule into their personal calendar. How come we don't have that?
So we do, but maybe not everyone knows that. So we'll put the link into a job aid so that you can have access to how to do that. You do have to have the Smart Square Go app. And then that way you'll be able to import those directly into your personal calendar. So we'll send a link with the information so that you can do that.
Cool. Okay, our next question is about our care progression teams with social workers and care coordinators. There's been a lot of changes where they're following hospitalists now, but it seems like their workload is still pretty high. Are we hiring more? What's kind of the plan with that?
Yeah, so it was about last September, October, we did a 6-week pilot where we partnered a care coordinator and a social worker with a patient team that is usually assigned to a provider of some sort. And really the intent there was to have that partnership really be between the care progression team and the patients directly. We saw a lot of really great outputs from that, and that's why we made that spread in December to all the MSI units. We have had some transitions during that time, and I think that it is a totally different workflow when you are used to being sort of geographically assigned and now you're being assigned to a group of patients. It is a totally different workflow. So I can let you know that we have a couple of openings. I think there's one full-time social worker and one open supervisor position. I'm not sure about others, but for the most part, we are pretty well staffed. I do think that some of it is optimization within the processes, and I know that the PMO is working on a system strategy looking at care progression overall. So hopefully we'll hear a little bit more about what they've learned through that and other ways that we can have efficiencies. And as we get those positions filled and folks are continuing that work, we'll see some of those realities.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We know that there's always a lot going on around here. We've seen some of the potholes get fixed, the sidewalks are getting work done,
Yep.
The gate in the back. What else is happening around St. Luke's East, clinically or just kind of in the building?
Sure. So I will tease a little bit. There's going to be a change happening at the beginning of May. I think it's May 5th. They're calling it Unified Communications related to us moving to Epic Alarms, which is going to be a pretty big change. A good change, but big. So that'll be happening, and we'll hear more about that as it comes. We also, this is not specifically to St. Luke's East, but across the system, we had a change where we're not going to have our EAP folks who are part of our system anymore. We're moving to a separate company called ComPsych, and you should be getting some emails about information related to that. We'll have an expansion of services within that, expansion of hours within that. But definitely a change. And if you see your EAP friends that have been with you for debriefs or involved in other things, like maybe give them a hug and a thank you, because they have been really important to our teams and they will be really missed. But yeah, that's a couple of the things that are coming up in the near future.
Thanks, Ingrid.
Sure.